Hey, welcome to my first video in a series of DDO videos. This is my character Tar Logan. I go by the handle Snowcrash. But in this is my first time on I'm on the Kenneth server. So I started playing DDO back in beta, but I used to spend quite a bit of time playing the game and ran with a guild to hit armor class 0 on Galanda for a very, very long time. And I have, a many past life TR over on that server. And it was really tempting to want to bring it over to a new server, but I thought, you know what, let me, I don't want to harm the guild by getting my character moved, and I have so much gear and I'd lose it and everything like that. So I just left it over there and started brand new over on Kenneth. So I really like the Voodoo Spice Druid, the quasi tank healer type druid. I don't quite play it like Voodoo Spice does, but I've got my own pretty conservative play style, and I mostly solo quests. I very, very, very rarely run with groups. So but what you're gonna see in my first video is me soloing a Reaper quest with some hirelings and my pet, or with a hireling and my pet. I often use Illyri to DV me throughout the quest, and this is a first life character, so I don't have a lot of really great gear. The gear I do have is all gear I've got out of other quests, and I actually didn't start doing Reaper quests until later in this character's life, because this this funny story, this character actually started and made it up to about level 10 on the hardcore server, and I was kind of wondering what I was doing on the hardcore server. I mean, for me, the game is more about the journey, and and I know I'm pretty okay at playing the game, and I probably could have gotten to level 20, but honestly, I don't necessarily care that much about having the items that you get out of there. I don't need to brag to people. I know how good I am. This particular piece of gear you're looking at is just something I got on a daily roll. I thought it was kind of cool. At least I think it was. It's the only cool piece of gear I have. Plus, I think it looks sweeter than some of the gear you get from completing that particular challenge on that server. Not to diminish, I think a lot of the people who go over there are really good and want the challenge, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I just, it wasn't for me, so I transferred this character over from the hardcore server to Kenneth, and I've been running occasionally. I've got it up to level 14. So if you want to see what gear I've got, don't know if I can bring it up without screwing the whole video, but let's see. So yeah, it's a very modest build. Don't have lots of plat. Most of the plat I got is from farming certain items in the game and then selling them on the auction house, stuff like that. I've got this Barovian Scepter. It's actually just given to you right as you get through the Into the Mist quest, which I didn't run on Reaper. That quest is actually pretty hard, even on Elite. For a first lifer, I think I came pretty close to taking quite a beating in it. Sacred Band, it's still level 7. I just haven't found a lot of really awesome stuff in the quests I do. Again, if you play pretty conservative, I don't think you need like the most amazing gear, even though it's kind of fun to get that stuff. Blur finger gloves. I farmed a little bit for these. I really like them. Kind of ring do I have? It's just some boring Charisma 5 ring. I actually don't use this in questing. This is more for getting certain attributes up in my skills. The Vistani's fighter sash, another item I farmed for. I just run the Into the Mists over and over. I think I got both this and the Blur Fingered and this Mantle of Fury, all from that quest, I think. Can't remember. Maybe I got this from one of the other Barovia quests. Anyway, it's not that important. The Elder's Focus. These are all out in House K, out in the Red Fens, and same with Elder's Cap. I believe this is also a Red Fens item. This I got out of the Cult of the Six. I thought it was pretty decent, so I use it, and these goggles are nothing special. Just happen to have evocation, focus, and spot. I like having spot to be able to see stuff, and so again, I'm 7 levels over my gear, which, I'll eventually run into stuff that's usable for me. It's just some other random piece of bracers I got. Maybe eventually I'll get something better to replace them with. So there's that. My stats are pretty meager. Fort's up. All this stuff comes from a lot of the skills and junk that I have. But these are my stats. Nothing too remarkable. Guild buffs and such to bring them up. I think I got Greater Tome of Learning. I get some of that stuff for some of the upgrade packages I bought throughout the years. So I think I got this from logging into the server for the first time on this character. See what else. The enhancements I got, I just get a bonus. So I put it on Inquisitive, +1 to attack. Seemed decent. Just got some things in Nature's Protector. Like I said, this is basically a Voodoo Spice build, and I kind of follow along with some of that guidelines for that build. But I am interested in working my way up on some of this healing amp, since I am running Reaper quests. It would be nice to get some points over in that. So, with that, I plan to record several more Reaper videos in the heroic quests, and hope you enjoy them. But thank you for watching. And check out my first video in the series, which is in Relic of the Sovereign Past.